Hey, hi, hello everyone, hope you're doing okay today. I just wanted to make a quick video to say happy 30th anniversary to Resident Evil. Happy 30 years. Although, kinda just kidding, this is actually the 30th anniversary was the 22nd, this is now the 8th of April, currently at exactly 04.00 in the morning, which is quite ironic. That won't make sense probably. I'm talking about Resident Evil 4, and because the only number and the time is 4, so yeah. With Light Everything with me, it's very fitting that I'm late to the party on this one. I wanted to make a video as soon as it happened, of course, or even the night after at most, and here we are, like 15 days, basically 2 weeks later anyway. Yeah, I don't really know what to say for it, but I just wanted to say something and make a video on it just so I've got it out there and I can look back on it in years to come saying, oh yeah, I remember I did that video on the 30th anniversary. Not actually on the 30th anniversary. But yeah, it's just insane. 30 years. I didn't even think about that ever whenever I've been playing through the games, recording them, doing the playthroughs for the channel. I've never actually thought about how long it's been since Resident Evil came out, which of course the first one was in 1996 and this is 2026. I can't believe I never really put them both together because I normally kind of like on the ball with things like that. If an anniversary's coming up, I kind of know. I just never thought about it with that for some reason. I guess I was just so focused and clued in on this whole Resident Evil marathon thing for Requiem that I just didn't think about it. But yes, 30 years, I mean, well, that's nothing to be something that, I don't know, but it's incredible. Hopefully I can be heard as well. I think I should be. I'm not really too much further away from the mic than what I normally am. But yeah, 30 years, wow, it's absolutely insane. Like I said, I'm just going to talk and we'll just see what happens. My first Resident Evil was Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox 360. It feels weird saying that on, like, I'm talking as if I'm 30 and I'm looking back on when I was 6 or something. But technically Xbox 360 was years ago now. So, I suppose that's the way it's got to be said on the 360. The 360 days, yes. I loved Call of Duty Zombies. So I loved zombies, and I think I went on the store one day just to look for something maybe, or I don't know if I stumbled upon it by accident or not, but I saw this game, saw zombies, saw a man, saw a woman. I saw co-op, and I thought zombies and co-op, two things I absolutely love. And I thought, you know what, I'll give this a go. And I was wanting my cousin to play with me, for the co-op aspect of it. He never did, so I ended up I ended up playing myself. I just thought, yo, I'll just play myself, that's fine. So I did, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much. Just so amazing. I didn't even think of the title or anything, or the number 5, thinking it's the 5th installment or something. I just literally saw a zombies co-op game and thought, wow. Looking back now, it's quite crazy because I was playing that game with zero clue on the story, and I just was a game late on playing one of the greatest games of all time in Resident Evil 4. It's quite crazy how close I came. I wonder if I played RE4, what, if anything different would have happened. I believe not, because that period in my life was very much a period of, I was very fixated on Call of Duty, FIFA, the occasional solo game. My time spent was mostly on COD at that time, and FIFA as well. So I don't think anything would have changed. And the fact is as well, is I loved Resident Evil 5, so it wasn't the fact I didn't enjoy it that I didn't go back to it. I loved Resident Evil 5, so I mean, I guess where do you know what would have happened if I played Resident Evil 4? The same outcome probably. I just never seen Resident Evil 6. I just never knew it existed. But as the years went on, though, and I started to grow up and obviously become more aware about things in general, just anything in life, I remember the next time I heard about Resident Evil, this is genuinely when I said I didn't know anything about Resident Evil 6, I mean, I never heard anything of it. I mean, as far as my brain was aware anyway, I just played this one game, Resident Evil 5, and I just never thought of Resident Evil again. But then Resident Evil 7, that was the next time I heard of Resident Evil, and I was like, oh, that was that game I played, just the fifth one, and it just looked amazing. It was a horror game, and at this point, I'm in love with horror games, you know, the first person aspect and everything. So in this game, I loved Outlast. So when this Resident Evil game was coming out, first person horror, it looked absolutely terrifying and creepy, looked unbelievable. People saying how this looks like Resident Evil's back to its best, and that was the start of when I really got intrigued to what Resident Evil is, and when it really became, okay, Resident Evil exists. That's when I first realised that and sort of came into Resident Evil, what it was all about. Was Resident Evil 7. So yeah, that came along. This is years after now. I think I played RE5. I mean, must have been when I was maybe like 10 or something, if I'm just to guess. 10, 11, 9, 12 or something. Maybe not 12, I might be a bit too old. It's like 10 or 11, I'd say. Can't remember the year. I don't know if it was just newly out or not. I don't know, because it was quite cheap. But I don't know if that was quite normal back then for a game like that. Yeah, Resident Evil came out. I played Resident Evil 7, of course. And long story short, I absolutely loved it. And it became my favourite game. Loved Mr. Ethan Winters. Loved Mrs. Mia Winters. And I shouldn't say loved, because I love them. I do. Like I say, I still hold that game as high as I did then. It's still the best for me. Also, there's been a few games that maybe I put up there alongside it now, so it's no longer alone by itself. It's no longer standing by itself now. It's got friends and family around it now. A few other games, all Resident Evil games. But yeah, and it wasn't until 2 years ago there, 2024 anyway, probably around this time, I guess, I think, or maybe it was actually the end of 2023. It was whenever I uploaded my first playthrough, not my first playthrough, but Resident Evil 2 playthrough on the channel. It was one of the first playthroughs I done. Maybe it came after the story games, and so it was like the fourth playthrough I done, maybe, no, fifth one. And so yeah, basically I played Resident Evil 7, I loved it, it's the best, my favourite game. And I remember I wanted to play Village. Oh, my TV's kind of went, I'll just move it just so it's a bit more light. I don't know how much more lighter it makes it. Is there a lot more light? No, not really. I remember seeing Village coming out, and I seen you could play it on this new console, better graphics and all that, and I was like, okay, I want to play this, but I don't want to play it. I kind of want to wait until I get the new Xbox and play it with better graphics. I was kind of really, really, really debating where to play it or not, and I was like, I'm not sure. And then I thought, no, let me just try and wait for the new Xbox, which I didn't think I'd get until years, but here we are. Like a few years later, 3-4 years later, I ended up getting the new Xbox. I didn't expect it that quick. Still not played Village, but that's because I've got a plan for Village. I've got bigger plans for Village. Crazy plans, but it's a plan. So yeah, and fast forward years later to 2023 or 2024, whenever I uploaded the Resident Evil 2 playthrough, by this time I played Resident Evil 7 a bunch. I replayed and repeated Resident Evil 7 so many times on normal, to then Madhouse, to then back to normal, to then Madhouse again, and rinse and repeat. So I played that a lot, let's say. And I seen Resident Evil 4 come out, and now also by this time I'm more familiar with Resident Evil. I've heard people talk about the games, and Resident Evil 4 is obviously one that comes up, just can't not come up, can it? Seen Chat said, can I talk about it as Resident Evil 7 playthrough that I watched? So I seen that and I was like, I want to play that, but again it's on a new Xbox. I think I'll wait just now, I'll wait. Turns out anyway, actually, when I was going to play it, or I couldn't have played it anyway without the new Xbox, which I didn't realise until I was getting it, thankfully, so that saved me being upset about if I ever wanted to play it before I got the new Xbox. You couldn't actually play it on the other Xbox, it had to be the newer one. Or ones there, because there's two of them, I believe. So I wanted to play that, but I thought, no, let me just wait. It's not the right time just now. I wanted to upload it and record it, so I thought, let me wait just now. Let me just wait. I think we do a lot of waiting. God, life's just passing me by at this point. And then the time went by, a year now, 2 years went by, and I thought, do you know what? I want to play Resident Evil 2. At first I became like, I'll play Resident Evil 2 first, actually. I might as well. I've heard about the game, I've heard it's good. But then not long before I started recording and playing it, it was like a few days or a week prior, I just all of a sudden got this urge of excitement. I was like, oh my god, I'm really, really excited to play this. Just randomly out of nowhere. So yeah, of course, then I recorded it, played it, bang bang. And I thought, well, it'd be rude not to play Resident Evil 3 now. Resident Evil 2 is unbelievable. Like say that earned its spot next to 7, which I never thought anyone would touch that, but hey, here we are. And I thought, hey, let's play Resident Evil 3. Love Resident Evil 3. Fantastic, great, unbelievable game. Loved it. And yeah, even after that point, it took a while, but we finally got there, or I finally got there to playing Resident Evil 4. And yeah, let's just say it did not disappoint at all. I'm actually looking at it right now on the Xbox home screen. It says one of my recent games. But just right away, you can just feel and you know. And if you're someone like me who hadn't played the original and you just heard all the talk about it, you instantly knew and felt what everyone was talking about, and I got it right away. I knew what I was in for then. It's unbelievable game. The best remake ever for me. For sure one of the best games ever. It shows how good it is that people can at least rank it side by side to the original. I think anyway, hope I'm not speaking out of turn there. It just shows how good it is because it can be easy to mess up a remake. It can, share the better graphics and all that, and you hope to improve on it slightly. But to actually do it is a lot harder than said, to be honest. A lot easier said than done. I can't say for sure if I'm always going to say it's better than the original no matter what, but that's beside the point. I'm always going to say that just because it's what I played and it's what I only know. But just because I'm too late to the point to play the original and have that feeling for it. I'm too late past that. I've already played this one and I've already gotten so emotionally attached to the Leon in this whole era just now that I couldn't play the original and be like, oh, it's better. Just definite. I'm just not like that, but I do get that aspect as well. Because, for example, if PlayStation 2 games I played, King Kong, the Spider-Man games, if they got remastered, I don't think I would be able to feel the same way about them as I did about the originals, and I'd be so very concerned, and I'd always be watching and playing the remakes thinking, oh, why has he changed that? Oh, this is a bit different. And I'd always be comparing it to what I loved so much and what I thought was already perfection. So it's like a tough one. It really is a tough one. The original will for sure be a lot of people's favourites, but yeah, anyway, that's me just rambling on there. I don't think I've said it yet, but just thank you, Resident Evil. Thank you, Capcom, for just creating such a masterpiece. Of course, I eventually played 6 as well. It was one of my most intriguing and interesting times I had leading up to playing Resident Evil 6 because opposite of 4, all I heard was just crazy things about RE6, about it not being Resident Evil, about it being the downfall. Like I say, Jack said, I brought it up as well in Resident Evil 7 playthrough, which is why Resident Evil 7 was just such a huge boost in success and relief because of people's thoughts on Resident Evil 6. Safe to say they're right at the top where Resident Evil belongs, right at the top, baby. And of course, Requiem as well, which was no disappointment. A bit too short, but hey. At first, as I'm playing Requiem, I'm like, yeah, it's short. But as time's gone on, short's not a bad thing if it's great, and it is great. It's one of the best games ever. I was just being selfish because I just come off playing Resident Evil 4, which I was spoiled in that game for length and quality. There's probably there's not many games that would be able to do that as long as Resident Evil 4 is and have that quality consistently, which, yeah. So Requiem it's not really that short, but it kind of is at the same time. It kind of is, I guess, yeah, but it's all great, so it is, so hey. I was just a bit upset that it was done. That's all. I found it hard to let go. If I could have Requiem going forever, I would. No, technically not, because it's cool to have the ending. It's the hardest part having the ending, but it's what makes it so special, the ending. So, yeah, 30 years. I just want to say again, thank you. Resident Evil, it's took me a while to get here to find and see Resident Evil. When I was just playing Resident Evil 7, I'd only played 2 games of it by then, and to say I loved Resident Evil, I felt was a bit unfair because I literally just loved Resident Evil 7. I just played that over and over again, so to say I was a Resident Evil fan felt a bit weird to me, and I didn't want to disrespect others, so I wanted to indulge myself and play more. So that's where 4 started, and then that's when I just went to 2 and then 3 and 4, and then I even went back and done 1 and 0, and also 6, and I'm still going to play more. The rest of them, waiting on remakes for other games and playing just other non-remakes I've not played yet. So there's more Resident Evil for me to come along the way, which I'm never not going to be happy about. But 30 years, wow, yeah. I was going to say something, but I can't actually remember now what it was. But I was talking and I just started rambling about something else. Yes, actually, Joe, I will. A big part to why I loved these Resident Evil games was because of Leon. Playing Resident Evil 2 at first was a bit tough because I love Ethan Winters so much. But when I play Resident Evil 2, and I say it in my first playthrough of Resident Evil 2, Leon sits out of the car, and I'm like, I was at first taken aback by his looks. I was like, wow, okay, he looks not what I thought. I always had this vision of Leon in my head and what I thought I'd seen, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I like Leon. Don't know what it was I saw. Must have been blinded by the lights or something. But when I saw him in that, I was like, hang on, he looks way different to what I thought he actually looked like. And it only took a few seconds after that. Right when I saw him, at the very first second, I was like, I love him. I love him. But that was just because of his appearance and how he looked. But then I still got this thing of, I know I'm going to love him. I know I'm going to fall in love with him, just how he was talking and the way he seemed, his personality. Just as he steps out of that Jeep, I could just tell. And eventually that moment came. The real love came through. I'd say to guess, probably just after you play as Ada and you go back as Leon. And they say, I don't actually know, I've got to say, I forgot the saying, when you lose something, you don't realise what you have until it's gone. You don't realise what you have until you don't have it. And I didn't, also playing as Ada, I didn't have Leon. And I think my heart was missing him. And when you returned to Leon, it was just like, oh, Leon, my God, I never appreciated you at the time, but I appreciate you now. Just, that was when I truly fell in love with him. Not for his looks and how he seemed, how I thought he seemed, but for how he was. That hero, that desire, the fearlessness, the bravery to just want to help everyone and just do the right thing. Oh, anyway, that's for a separate day, separate video. But speaking of Leon, I've only started to really look into it since playing Requiem, because the stuff popped up, and it's been hard not to watch it now, just because I really do like him as well. Now, I tend not to venture outside of movies, shows, games, of how they're made, or the people behind the talent behind the work. I don't tend to venture into it at all because I don't want to lose my immersion, or when I see them I think of the real person's name or their real appearance and all that, so I tend to try and stay away from all that stuff. But I just couldn't help myself. When I saw him once, I just couldn't stop. But the amazing man behind Leon S. Kennedy, the new voice for Leon, Mr Apostolides. It's funny, as I was playing with Leon, I was like, it's hard to imagine someone with this amazing of a voice. I just couldn't imagine who would have this voice. Whose face would, apart from Leon S. Kennedy's face, whose face would fit this unbelievable, amazing voice? I just had this feeling and this know-how that the man behind this voice has to be an absolute gem of a man. And Mr. Apostolides did not fail in that aspect. He is honestly incredible. It's so awesome that before the before the niceness and the heroism and the just the I can't think of any more words. How Leon is, it's nice to see for me that the I'm really good at wording what I'm trying to say here. The It's nice to see that before Leon there was Mr. Apostolides, who already has that niceness and heroism and that kindness and that bravery about him. And I suppose that's maybe how it was able to transcend to Leon so easily and so well done, because that's just kind of almost who he is as well. He's shares a lot of the same traits as Leon, if that's okay to say and fair to say. Just as I've seen of him, just such a. And the thing is, as well, I find that it's quite tough to find in people these days is relatability. He just seems so relatable, apart from the fact that he's just so much more awesome uh, than me, anyway, of course, and just so unbelievable and so hardworking and just so cool and great. Apart from that, there is a bit of a relatability side to he is a fan of Resident Evil as well, and then at the end of the day, put us all into a room. Hope I'm allowed into that room now, of course. We're all fans of the same thing, and he's just one of us. He's just the one out of us who got to go and do that dream. And hey, not many better honours than to be the voice of Leon S. Kennedy. And so I don't know if I got my point across, but basically my point for this was a big reason why I loved the Resident Evil and why I fell in love with Resident Evil 2 so quickly and fell in love with Leon so quickly was not because of his looks. Looks got me in the door, or looks got him in the door. I don't know actually what way it would be. Would I be going to his house, or would he be coming to mine, or would we just be going to the same house? Anyway, in the door. One of us in the door anyway. Or we're both in the door. We're both inside now, but the personality kept him there, or kept us there. I don't actually know what I'm trying to say now. What was I trying to say? Yeah, basically, just how he was and how he is really made him stand out to me and made him so easy to fall in love with. And obviously, Mr. Apostolides, is. I've obviously I would never be able to tell him, but I've got a lot to thank him for, because he just has done. I mean, it's quite. I'll just say it, yeah. He's done so much for me. I don't think, without playing these other Resident Evil games, with Leon especially, I wouldn't have this love I have for it. Resident Evil 7 took me so far, but with Leon and playing these other Resident Evils, it's really took it to a level I never thought that I would really ever get to with it. Well, I thought I was already at maximum. Turns out there was way more levels to go up for me, and he was just such a huge part of that. And like I say, I think it just helps me personally, just seeing the kind of person he seems to be, and just so I've seen fans post online about meeting him and just saying how, I guess the common phrase is how down to earth he was and all, and just happy to chat, and just seems like such a lovely and caring person. And I genuinely wouldn't have rathered or could see anyone else doing Leon more justice than him. I've seen him speak a few times about wanting just to do the man justice, Leon justice, and he does more than that. I know it means nothing to him and it's not what he done it for. But obviously it's part of the reason why he did do it in one of his hopes, I imagine, but not just me specifically I'm meaning, but what he done for me is he's got to be at least joint biggest reason on why I love Leon so much. As someone who didn't play the originals, he's my first Leon. You know, it's kind of like that thing with who you grew up as your Spider-Man. With me, it was Mr. Maguire. You know, people growing up with Mr. Holland now, and it's just one of the things you have, and I'll always have that thing that he was my first Leon, my second, and not third was he? Yeah, that was RE6. But he was the first Leon I saw, and he, like I said, he's a huge reason on why I love Leon, and my love for Resident Evil is he's definitely not second, and he's nothing below that on reasons and how and why I love Leon and love Resident Evil in general. So it's really do have I owe him so much to thank him. I've just realised that really didn't make sense, but I owe him so much and just to thank him for everything that he's done, and 30 years of Resident Evil in general is just absolutely insane. And here's to many more, and definitely to more Mr. Apostolides as Leon F. Kennedy. I'm really glad they haven't changed Leon. I remember when I played RE4, his voice sounded different, and I was like, is that just because he's aging, or have they actually changed? Because I was a bit upset because I loved his voice in RE2, but he just sounds so different. And when I say so, he does sound so different, but at the same time, I could still hear that rookie cop just a little bit that kept me hoping and thinking, I think it's got to be the same voice. And as the game went on, I think I did sort of think, yeah, it's got to be the same voice, it's got to be. And then, I think it was Requiem, I can't remember if I knew it was the same one or if I just assumed. Oh wait, no, that was it. I seen someone saying something, you know, someone is returning as the voice for Leon Kennedy, and also I didn't know his name at the time because, like I say, I don't steer into that. So I thought, oh, are they bringing back one from the originals, or does it mean him who's doing 2 and 4's returning? Because I just thought that would be automatically assumed that he would be doing this one. So when it said returning, I was like, have they changed it? So I wasn't sure, but then I think my friend Ismi Trick cleared it up for me that it is the same person, and that really won my heart because I don't know, it may be seen as a little thing, but I really just love that continuity of it. Just because he's so perfect for me, there's no one else. He is perfect for me on doing the voice, so there's no one else I would rather, and just the fact that it was the same person, that it was him doing it for all of them, it helped me and just felt more connected as well, because you really felt you were following along with someone, whereas if they just changed constantly, you know, you kind of feel like you need to start over again almost and trying to connect. So I really love the fact that they kept that they kept him on through them all. I think me and every single other person is ecstatic with that and wouldn't rather anyone else. So yeah, it was really nice, and I can't wait to see him return again, because he better be returning. I know that's not the end of Leon S. Kennedy, I know it's not, so he better be returning. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to make this any more longer, Jesus. Thank you, Resident Evil, thank you, of course, Capcom, and thank you, Mr. Apostolides, and New Reckon, absolutely amazing. Grace as well, love Grace so much, she is absolutely sensational. Miss Satorbano really emphasised fear in a way that I've never seen before in anything at a game, anything in general. I've never seen fear being exhibited as well as it was in Resident Evil Requiem. It's honestly insane, so unbelievably talented. And you know, Miss Gill as well, who done the voice for the girl in the game, just truly such a masterpiece, and just everyone's so unbelievably talented. I don't know how they do it, just so talented people. So yeah, just thank you to them for that as well. Just those performances were just so amazing. And but I mean, again, it means nothing coming from me. Who am I? I'm not even a beginner level and all these types of things. So how would I know what is good and what's not? But I just know what I do know, and what I can say hopefully is that I just loved it and I love them so much. So that's what I do know. I love them and I believed and loved it. So hope that counts for something. I know me saying it means nothing, of course, to them because they'll already know and they'll obviously get better words from more better suited people who know what they're talking about. So once again, 30 years, wow, it's saying my favourite game ever. Thank you for my favourite game ever. Thank you, Capcom, for delivering these masterpieces upon masterpieces constantly. There's never going to be a better game than this for me. It's literally, I've said in my playthroughs a few times, it's the game for me, and it's to me now to realise that this is the game for me. Everything I want and love in general, really, and in game sense as well. Resident Evil somehow has that. I don't know how it has everything. Like, there's genuinely everything in it. There's nothing missing. Generally, I try to think of what could Resident Evil add that I love in games it doesn't have. It's got everything. The gameplay, the guns, the characters, the storyline, the love, the enemies, the boss fights. Oh, it's, like I say, I could go on forever and ever, and I have gone on forever and ever. So with that being said, happy 30 years a few weeks ago, but happy 30 years today as well. It's 30 years and counting. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much, Resident Evil. Thank you, Capcom. Thank you to all the unbelievable actors who have taken part in every single game. Thank you to every single person who has just worked on the game full stop. Truly beautiful games, and here's to many, many more. And of course, I will keep on fighting the good fight. One day. One day, ladies and gentlemen. One day. Thank you so much, guys, for if anyone did watch. I made this way longer than what I wanted to. I just can't help myself. Hope you're doing okay and staying safe, guys. And maybe if anyone is here, which I'll say no, this is just for me mostly. Maybe see you again. So yeah, if not, take care, guys, and take care. I am so warm. Wow, who knew you could get so warm from just sitting still?